Welcome back to my walkthrough. This is the final fight for the Crimson Flower Path, the Fight for Fhirdiad. This is going to be the fight where you want to bring out all of your items, all the best gear, make any last-minute foraging, because there's nothing after this and you don't get to keep any of your items after this. Sounds a bit like a spoiler, but unfortunately that's really just how it is. New Game Plus only lets you keep the potential you've achieved, not the actual potential. So you only get the ability to bring yours back to your post or your final game stats. Alright. Now this battle is actually very unique in that you get to bring 12 units and 3 adjutants. Adjutants, I should say. You'll have a swath of units positioned here and on the right side of the map. And this map is freakishly huge and possibly dangerous, as you might be able to tell. But we're going to get started right away. Now the victory condition, and this is very important, defeat the enemy commander. The defeat condition, all your units fall in battle.
It's so awful.
Now, there are 2 things you need to note about this map. One, most of this map is on fire, which means there will be fiery floor tiles all around the map. Now, it might not look like a lot, 15% life lost per time you step on these tiles, but they do add up. The good news is there are quite a lot of heal tiles around the map if you need to rest a unit on there. Now, the commander in this case is the Immaculate One, or basically whatever Rhea transforms into. Which means you don't have to fight every single opponent if you don't have to. All you need to do is beat her. Now the fastest way to do this, the safest way normally, is to grab all of your units and position them all together and slowly work your way up and make your way past enemies now that you've got your united fighting force. But if you're pressed for time, or you want to finish this as fast as possible, you're going to have to take advantage of the fact that both of your units, or both teams I should say, can simultaneously make their way up. Now I'm just going to focus on this first half of them. Take these guys down however you can. This is not the time to start debating, well, how am I going to win? Or what's the best way? Take them down. Now, as you might have guessed, horses aren't very good for fiery floor territory. They'll make you spend more time on them as possible. Dismount anybody who's on a horse, at least for this part of the game, or until you get to where Rhea is, the Immaculate One, because there's a lot of neutral terrain tiles where Rhea is, which is going to help significantly in terms of positioning your units.
No time for accolades. Ready when you are.
Put me in there.
Now, I know it looks really unwise to put Caspar up that far into the fiery, and you'd be correct. But what's more important is that you've got enough units positioned that everyone can slowly make their way up.
Pretty good, huh?
Watch characters' health here because, again, that floor is going to have them take damage. In case you're wondering why on earth Caspar was able to recover health, A, Dorothea's Songstress ability gives back 10%. And I mean that seriously, 10% of a character's health. Also, I have my team equipped with mostly Goddess and Prayer Rings, which increase health. Now, this team is very magic oriented, and that sounds bad because, well, these golems are actually immune to magic as long as you haven't shattered their barrier. Good news is the moment you shatter their barrier, they fall quite quickly.
This is my stage now.
which allows me to move Ferdinand up. I'm actually going to have Linhardt, oops, heal. Move Marianne up. This zone, I'm actually, it sounds incredibly unwise. Now, I'm going to have Petra move. Break the golem. So it shatters that hole open. Actually gonna have her ducked to the side here. Come in with Ingrid. Flyers are immune to the fiery floor tiles, so you can position them however you want, and not many bad things will happen. Then I'll have Bernadetta fire a bow.
I'm gonna do it to death!
Which allows me to move Byleth in
This could turn
for a
the
quick
tide.
hit.
I admire you.
Now, if you're not finishing opponents as fast as I am, don't worry about it. Take your time. This is now, whenever Rhea does that,
That roar.
any magical dolls that are still in combat will become stronger. That's why it is important that you make your way through the map as fast as possible. I admit I said that. But it's also more important that you don't accidentally
Now there's a way forward.
Follow your
make
example.
careless mistakes because you think, oh my gosh, he's going to start attacking, gotta run, gotta run, gotta run. You have some time. Make the most of it. The dolls don't become incredibly powerful. And if you follow this walkthrough, you'll really only have to battle one doll. One more doll, which is this guy. After that, you don't have to take care of a single doll anymore. Right, I'm actually going to take
I
hit.
must lead them well.
You are impressive.
Always check to see the range. Press ZR to check which enemies can hit you, or when enemies can hit you. I realize that sounds a little bit strange, but you're gonna thank yourself when you don't accidentally throw a unit into a zone where they can be hit badly.
Watch and learn.
The church soldiers, like in the Battle of the Teltian Plains, will have long-range lightning magic, which can be a very big pain to deal with if you're not ready to deal with it.
There's no turning back now.
Now you might wonder why on earth I'm choosing to engage Gilbert, who is, without a doubt, a very difficult opponent. Right here. And why don't I go to this side where the battle isn't that hard? Well, the thing is that if I'm having two of my teams go up and unite together, I must stick to this path. Gilbert is, without a doubt, hard, but he is manageable.
I can only Majesty.
He is on that heal tile, but now that I've opened it up, I have significantly more room to maneuver. Edelgard and Bernadetta will just have to continue getting burned, but there really is no other choice at the moment. Actually gonna have Marianne. Oops. She took the wrong side. No worries. Actually going to have Ferdinand position himself closer. Move up. Two Pegasus Knights
Too slow.
will appear at the right at some point, no matter how far you've progressed.
Watch and
The
learn.
Knights will always have ranged attacks to try and make it well, harder for you to hit them and easier for them to damage you. Thankfully, they shouldn't be that big of a deal.
No use.
I'm actually going to focus on this side of the map. I'll get both Edelgard and Bernadetta out of the flames, because that's actually going to hurt them a lot more. I'm actually going to try and take out that knight, and with a lucky critical. That was one less unit I need to deal with.
Glad I can count on you.
Since there's no point in using magic right now, as the golem's barriers haven't broken, I'll just use Hubert to kill off the armored knight in that corner. Now what will break his shell open are axes, and I don't have that at the moment. This guy, it's a sword. I don't really have swords, or not a lot. Although that's technically not true,
I will not die yet.
as Lysithia, my mortal savant, has a bunch of killing edges stocked. But first things first, doesn't really matter how many killing edges she has, I need to take care of.
Today I was lucky.
Pegasus Knights, or they're just going to keep irritating me.
Will this ever end?
Smash it open. Actually, while he's... I'll actually have Ingrid come down here. No, not Ingrid. Petra come down. Positioned wrongly. Smash that open. And Ingrid will just take the safety spot. Gonna take out that mage soon, but first I need to deal with this golem because it's irritating. Caspar's always going to take a lot of damage. That's just the nature of the game. And now I realize that I'm provoking Catherine. The dolls are now a little bit stronger. But now, because I have Edelgard with an axe, she can come in with a blow. I don't need a rusted bow, actually.
A little scratch won't stop me.
Actually take her out and start to position myself to engage Catherine. My Pegasus Knight, or my Falcon Knight Ingrid, can now start moving up. And I can take out this Lightning Mage with Hubert's range to avoid any further troubles. To make things easier on myself, I'm going to have Petra finish that knight off, or the golem, and then fly back. Which allows Caspar to jump in, break the golem, and then give Caspar a much needed heal.
petals
job.
left on this rose.
Attack at your own risk. That's a win.
Now Caspar can finally move up and be permanently out of the danger zone. And have Dorothea take out this armored knight.
This is my stage.
And that's
now.
all the enemies on that side. Now, Catherine is still always going to be a risk. So instead of leaving her as a risk, I'm going to take her out.
I wish you time.
Now, if you take her out with a character with a sword, there's an interesting bonus. You can get Thunderbrand. Now, I realize that looks like I've just unequipped my my Byleth and have left him incredibly vulnerable. You couldn't be more wrong. Now, I just need to check my attack range. I'm still in range of that Pegasus Knight. So I'm going to just move... Protect Hubert. Have everybody now make their way up the stairs as much as I can. My Holy Knights aren't affected too much by terrain damage either.
Now's our chance.
But now it isn't really a problem anymore. I still won't I put Ferdinand, Linhart, and Marianne back on their horses, though, because I still have one more flight of stairs to climb. Because stairs are the worst nightmare for any mounted unit. Now, I can actually start sending Byleth to attack Rhea. And start drawing some fire. This will make it considerably easier for to start breaking those barriers and giving Byleth, Edelgard, or whoever an easier time in smashing open or hurting Rhea. I mean, obviously, the Immaculate One can still attack you. Don't get reckless. The other units will now start coming back, but shouldn't matter too much at this point. Now, once Ferdinand is back, still not yet. Still don't want him mounted yet. Edelgard will be back on neutral terrain. Have Petra break that. So Hubert can now jump in his magic and start putting the beat down on the Immaculate One. Now that Ingrid's open, I'll use a Brave Lance Plus to hopefully get a lucky crit. Nope, no lucky crit. But it allowed me to weaken Immaculate One enough. Now I'm just going to get Ingrid out of range again. Now I'm actually just going to slam a meteor down on her. Dorothea, and that'll weaken her enough. Actually warp Caspar. Move him over here. Have him put on some Dragon Claws, which are really effective. That'll break Rhea down enough. And now normally I could use the Sublime Creator Sword, but that's not as reliable. Thunderbrand, however, that I took from Catherine, will be enough to take care of the Immaculate One.
No hesitation.
Immaculate One taken down. And Mercedes gets a level. And that is the Fight for Fhirdiad finished. So this is the final battle of the Crimson Flower Path. There won't be another battle after this, thank goodness. So enjoy this, and whichever partner you picked at the right before the penultimate battle. That is the Fight for Fhirdiad walkthrough in a nutshell. Just make your way up slowly but surely. Take out the dolls. Don't fight every enemy, and just pile it on Rhea with your strongest items. If you enjoyed this walkthrough, please do subscribe. I'll have more videos and other paths uploaded in the future. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in another video.